Whoa! Sharon, look out! There's a banana peel on the floor. Slip alert! Whoosh! Almost wiped out like a cartoon character.
Nice save, Allie. That could have been a banana-tastrophe. What if you had slipped? Who would help clean up the mess?
I guess you'd help, right? But what if you were gone? I'd feel kind of lost. Like, who's in charge when the leader isn't there?
That's a super good question. And you know what? That's actually what happened in the conference talk we're talking about today.
Wait, really? Something with leaders and people feeling sad?
Exactly. Hi, friends. I'm Sharon, and this is my awesome co-host, Allie. Today, we're talking about President Dallin H. Oakes' conference talk called Introduction.
Hi, everyone. So, what's the deal with this talk?
Well, President Oakes talked about what happened when the president of the church, President Russell M. Nelson, passed away just before conference. Everyone felt sad, but they had to figure out how to keep everything running smoothly, kind of like when the coach has to leave right before the big game.
Whoa, so did everyone just panic?
Nope. They worked together, honored President Nelson, and made sure conference could still happen. Today we'll find out how they did it and what we can learn when big changes happen in our lives. So, President Oakes started by explaining that President Nelson had just passed away, and everyone was really sad. It was a tough time, kind of like when your favorite teacher moves away.
Aw, I'd be bummed if that happened at my school.
Me too. But President Oakes said even though they missed President Nelson, the conference meetings had to go on, just like the teacher's lessons keep going with a substitute. President Nelson actually planned out who would speak and what music would be played months before.
Whoa, he was like a super planner. Like, if I packed my lunch for the whole year at once, except way more organized.
Exactly. So even though it was the first time in 75 years that a church president passed away right before conference, they had a plan. They made sure to hold special meetings to honor President Nelson and scheduled his funeral right after the conference.
I bet everyone wanted to talk about President Nelson. Did they just spend the whole conference telling stories?
That's what you might expect. But President Oakes said they actually asked the speakers to keep their tributes short. They wanted the conference to focus on helping people and sharing messages, just like President Nelson wanted.
So, it's like when your team captain says, "Let's play our best for coach," even though everyone's sad.
Totally. President Oakes said that President Nelson is a great example of following Jesus and being a servant leader. By sticking to the plan, they honored his wishes and kept things running smoothly.
So, the big message is, when something really hard happens, like losing a leader or facing a big change, we can work together, follow good examples, and keep going. That's what President Oakes wanted everyone to remember.
And here's a key scripture President Oakes' talk points to. It's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Wait, does that mean I could, lift a car? Or win at dodgeball every single time?
Not exactly. It means that when things are tough, like losing someone you look up to or having to be brave, you can get help from Jesus. It's like having the world's best coach cheering you on, giving you strength when you need it most.
So, next time I wipe out on a banana peel, I'll remember I'm not alone. Hey Sharon, let's honor our team captain by making the world's best banana split. No slips allowed.
Great idea, Allie. And for everyone listening, when life gets slippery, look for good examples. Work together. And remember you're stronger than you think. Challenge for this week. Be a helper when things get tricky.
And don't forget to check the floor for banana peels. See you next time.